Welcome back to Chat Like a Native.
Today we're sharing a simple structure that will help you sound confident, clear, and really professional when you're answering tough questions in English.
That's right. And we're going to unlock a four-part secret for turning your complicated experiences into these perfect little short stories.
Stick with us for the next few minutes and you'll walk away with the tools to organize your thoughts, well, immediately.
All right, before we jump in, let's do a quick pronunciation nudge.
This is a key phrase you'll use a lot. Just repeat after me. I was responsible for finding the root cause.
Let's focus on that stress. It's re-exponsible. Try it one more time.
I was responsible for finding the root cause.
Nice. That stress really makes it clear who is in charge.
Okay, so let's get into the main idea. We're talking about a method called STAR, S-T-A-R.
Right. And it's basically a roadmap for telling a story, especially in a professional setting. It stops you from, rambling.
Exactly. Which is so easy to do when you're nervous and speaking another language.
So what do the letters stand for?
Okay, S is for situation, T is for task, A is for action, and R is for result.
Let's start with the first two then, S and T, situation and task.
So the situation, the S, that's where you set the scene. But the most important rule here is to keep it short.
How short are we talking?
Just 1 or 2 sentences, max. You're using the past simple tense like last year when I was working at. You're just giving context.
Okay, but hold on. What if the problem was, huge, a massive crisis? How can I explain that in just one sentence?
That is a great question. You show the scale with impact, not with a long history lesson.
So instead of the company's whole story.
Right. You just say something like, we had a sudden failure that was affecting our top 3 clients.
Yeah.
That immediately shows it's a big deal.
Okay, that makes sense. Focus on the impact, not the background. So what about T for task?
The task is your job, your goal in that situation. And this part should be even shorter.
Just one sentence.
One sentence is perfect. Again, past simple. You could say, my main goal was 2. Or, using that phrase we just practiced, I was responsible for.
Okay, so let's put them together. Can you give us an example using S and T?
Sure. Let's use a network engineer story. Situation, S. Last year, when I was working as a network support engineer, we had a sudden increase in connection failures for one of our major clients.
Okay, that's the problem. Clear.
And then the task, T. I was responsible for finding the root cause quickly and restoring stable service.
I see. Problem, then your specific job. It's so direct.
It is. Okay, let's do a quick drill, a little try it now. I'll give you a situation starter and you finish it. Ready?
I'm ready. In my previous role as
a project manager, we had a scheduling problem in the factory.
That's great. Simple past tense we had, and it's a clear problem. Perfect. That's exactly the kind of start you want.
All right, now for the most important part of the story. A and R, action and result.
So this is where you actually talk about what you did.
Yes. The action part is the longest part, maybe 3 to 5 sentences. This is where you are the hero of the story.
And here's where we hit a really important rule, right? The I rule.
The I rule. It's so critical. You have to use the word I, not we.
But that can feel strange. Most work is a team effort. I don't want to sound like I'm taking all the credit.
I get that, and it's a common concern, especially for people from more collaborative cultures. But in an interview, they need to know what you contributed.
So it's not about being arrogant, it's about being clear.
Precisely. You can still mention the team. You might say, the team decided to redesign the process. I personally was responsible for analyzing the data.
That phrase, I personally, is a great bridge. It connects the team effort to your specific job.
It does. And for grammar here, you'll use the past simple like I checked, and also the past continuous, I was analyzing.
Why was analyzing better than just I analyzed?
Because it shows process. It shows you were thinking and working on it over time, not just that you completed a quick task. It adds depth.
I like that. Okay, so that's the action. What about the end of the story?
The R. R is for result. This is the happy ending. You need to show your impact, and this should be about 2 or 3 sentences.
And it needs to be concrete, right? Not just, it worked out well.
Yes, you need proof. Use numbers if you can. We reduced the failure rate by 80%. Or mention positive feedback.
And you mentioned something about learning, too.
Exactly. This is the only place you switch your tense. You describe the result in the past, but what you learned in the present.
Can you show me what that sounds like?
Sure. You'd say, as a result, we reduced failures by 80%. That's the past. Then, since then, I always double-check the configurations. That's the present.
Mm,
It shows the lesson stuck with you.
that switch is really powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do another quick drill. A substitution drill on those result phrases.
Sounds good. The main phrase is, as a result, we reduced the failure rate by about 80%. What's another way to say that?
I can say, because of this, we reduced the failure rate. Or maybe, in the end, we achieved an 80% reduction.
Perfect. Having a few different ways to say that makes you sound much more fluent.
Now, I want to talk about some common traps. Have you ever been telling a story and realized you've spent 5 minutes just on the background?
Oh, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that is mistake number one, spending way too long on the situation.
Giving too many details about the company history or things that aren't directly relevant?
Exactly. The fix is to be really strict with yourself. 1 or 2 sentences for S. That's it.
Okay, what's mistake number 2?
Confusing your tenses. Jumping from past to present and back again. It makes your story really hard to follow.
So the fix is just to stick with one tense.
Pretty much. Use the past simple for the whole story, dash, T, A, and the outcome part of R. Only switch to the present simple for the lesson you learned in the very end.
And the third mistake.
This one is more cultural. It's being too modest about your results.
Right. In some cultures, it's not polite to talk about your achievements. But in an interview, you have to.
You do. If you downplay your success, the interviewer might think it wasn't very important.
So what's the fix? How do you do it without feeling like you're bragging?
You talk about it like a news reporter. Just state the facts. Instead of, I did an amazing job, you say, as a result, customer complaints about that issue stopped.
That's a great tip. It's factual, not emotional. Okay, let's do a quick quiz before we recap. Just 3 questions.
I'm ready.
Check 1. Which part of the star story should be the longest?
That's easy. The action. It's where you show your work and your value.
Exactly. Check 2. In the action section, should you mostly use we or I?
Always I. It's all about your personal contribution.
Perfect. Last one. Check 3. Can you use star for experiences from school or maybe volunteer work?
Absolutely. Any experience where you solved a problem or achieved a goal works.
You got it. It seems like you really have this structure down.
So let's wrap this up with 3 key takeaways.
Okay, number 1. Star is your roadmap. Situation, task, action, result. Use it to stay on track.
Number 2, always use I in the action part to show your personal value.
And number 3, and this is a big one, don't memorize whole paragraphs. It's too much pressure.
Right. Instead, just memorize the structure and maybe a few key sentence starters. They're like Lego bricks. You can use them to build any story you need.
That's a great way to think about it. All right, now for a challenge for you listening.
We want you to take 60 seconds right now. Choose a skill, like problem solving, and write down 4 bullet points for a story from your life. 1 for S, T, A, and R.
Just the key points. This is how you train your brain to use the structure automatically.
Ultimately, the STAR method helps reduce that mental pressure of speaking English so you can focus on being clear and professional.
Keep practicing those stories. You've got this.
Thanks for joining us.
And tune in next time. We're going to be sharing 3 simple phrases that native speakers use to disagree politely without causing any offense. Talk to you then.